Coulthard Thomas was the first Indigenous Australian to play Test cricket for the country. She was the first Aboriginal woman to represent Australia in any sport. In 1958, in her first game against England at the Gabba, she bowled so fast to their captain, she took out the middle stump, it bounced and went hurtling over the wicket-keeper's head.
My throwing skill and bowling skill probably came from playing as a kid in Colebrook.
Colebrook was an Aboriginal children's mission near the Flinders Ranges in South Australia. She was taken there just after she was born in 1933, and the children named her after the faith mission.
Had I not been in Colebrook, I would never have got the opportunities that I did have. So I consider myself not stolen, but chosen.
It was a childhood filled with games, sport, music and a good education.
And apart from that, you had to make your own fun outside. And that was never any effort whatsoever.
They played cricket on a bumpy driveway once covered in dray tracks and horsehoof holes. And with few toys, they made their own cricket bats.
Go to the dump, get a hunk of 4x2. Someone would always have a tomahawk, you know, and you'd fashion a handle so we could get our hands around it. And that was it. If you didn't have a ball, you know, there were always round stones in the creek. And if you got hit on the shins, they'd say, well, you've got a bat there to protect yourself. You know, what are you crying about? You know, you can point to your scars and say, so-and-so did that, so-and-so did that, you know.
Faith later went to high school in Adelaide, where she excelled in every sport, before becoming one of the first Aboriginal nurses trained at the Royal Adelaide Hospital. And it was there a colleague got her involved in cricket.
She said, oh, I'm a bit wild, I had to work tonight. I said, why? She said, because I couldn't get out to cricket practice. I said, women played cricket? He said, yeah, you're interested, Coulthard, you know. And I said, well, I'll give it a go. She said, come out with me then next Saturday. So I went out with her and that was it.
In her second game, she took a hat-trick and 6 for 26, which saw her picked just weeks later for the state team. For a fast bowler, she had a short run-up of 4 steps, but an explosive pace from a powerful wrist action.
A lot of the girls would say, you know, we were so terrified, you know, we'd just get out there and line our bat up with a wicket and close our eyes.
The following season, she made the Australian team, and all the newspapers wanted to interview the native nurse cricketer.
Being Aboriginal, I suppose I was a bit of a curiosity, and, you know, they'd rather interview me because of that, you know.
Faith was picked to go to England and New Zealand, but her nursing career was more important. And in the early 1960s, married and pregnant with her son Stuart, she played her final game for the Windsors.
I was 8 months pregnant and stood there with me gut sticking out, telling everyone, you know, not to hit it. They were all slow balls and I just stood there and belled them all over the place.
Faith has received many awards for her achievements in sport and Aboriginal health. During the 1970s, she joined Sir Doug Nicholls, creating the National Aboriginal Sports Foundation to provide opportunities for young Indigenous athletes.
It's amazing what they've got these days to achieve, you know, their full potential. There's nothing really there to stop them.
Faith recently attended Indigenous Cricket's Impaja Cup in Alice Springs, and she hopes it won't be long before one of them becomes just the 3rd Aboriginal after Jason Gillespie to wear the famous baggy green.
I'd just love to see an Aboriginal kid running around out there because I know they've got the potential to do it. I've seen it.